Co se stalo?
Help me smash that. We're sure to reach the giant's cave this way.
Getting colder. Gotta be close.
Omlouvám se, byla tady menší
One odd step and you can wake him.
problém.
Hey, quick! Let me out before he wakes! Key should be around here.
Wait. Know what best he stay in there till we finish with the giant?
What? I thought he was your comrade.
He is.
Let's free him.
Even one swung by a madman.
I heard that on Crate. Let me... Wait here. I'll look for the key. Even... No closer! He's mine! Hey, let me out! Quick! Shut your trap! I sat in a bloody troll cauldron with nary a murmur.
Thanks, brother. I remember that.
Let's get out of here.
Right. Just as soon as I kill him.
Thanks for your...
Sure.
Let's...
Gonna head back.
Aye, mayhap.
Islanders
Cause... And Sarah...
hadn't...
Went to...
Some...
They all... You wouldn't...
Probably not.
Probably. So you may still change your mind.
Of course.
Thanks. I hope we...
Farewell.
Taky bych si zahrál. Víš co, já nějak moc asi to vrátíme zpátky. Protože začíná to od začátku. Jakože ty nelidi by možná přežili. Kdyby to bylo jinak jakoby konec. No možná si vyprdnu na tady to a budu pokračovat v tomtom o tom víně. Protože nějak jsem jako nechci to opakovat všechno.
Greeting. Enter. One time. Yours not too
Fucking a while now.
respect.
Y'all must have trembled.
We'll be. And that to my. No, we must. I don't. Looking for. Where? Sir.
A na to kašlu. Promiň, Betty, ale nemám náladu na toto hra od začátku. Nebo respektive od toho, kde jsme skončili. Promiň, Betty, ale... No taky, že jo, taky, že dopouštím o to a... Nevím, co to možná to ukončím. A půjdu na něco jiného.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Parmanin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Come on, Roach.
Zajímavý. No, jenže víš, jaký jsem, Betty.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition. No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around, make sure they didn't miss anything. Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went. Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Got this. Careful. Damn, you're ugly. Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking. Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free. Gonna dive in, make sure they didn't miss anything. Nets were attached here. Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently, probably to transport the body somewhere. handkerchief, monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
Jako bylo by dobrý, kdyby jsme toho krále zabili, že bychom možná zachránili životy, ale jako nebudeme, říkal jsem si, že nebudu královrah, ale vymyslel jsem mi to na jednu stranu. Zabili jsme víc lidí, než kdyby jsme ho zabili. On je asi fakt šílený. Vlastně už nic neuděláme.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water.
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companion.
Foes. You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Gerald, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussainte.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Move it!
No to jeho zbroj bych chtěl. Vypadá tak jako docela krásně, ne?
Once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess.
A tak záchrana Syry byla důležitější, ne? Než nějaký král.
We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence. He finds such familiarity offensive.
To jsem asi neměl dělat.
A watering hole for traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussainte.
Hodil jsem petardu jen tak nikam do prázdna a nevynešlo se, že tam je nějaký strážnej.
By my troth, could that be the musty scent of fresh pâté?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited two men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter.
Name's Gerald.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Gerald is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask, Gerald, please. Or we shall be here till winter.
Must have been early in the...
I stepped out of my hut.
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy,
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it.
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his...
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Who was that? Woman who just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Gerald, because this is an outrage. Russell's vineyard was auctioned off?
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The ducal...
I told Russell he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises...
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Gerald. It's rehashed street preacher codswell.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussainte are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster.
Nespím, ale kočka přišla
Thanks for the
otravovat.
hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way
Ani
from
hrát mě
near
nenechá,
the Tory
veď.
grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Proč si přišla, lehla si na mě a
Oh yeah.
kouši mě do rukou, abych jí drbal.
Some sort. Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Oh!
Dung boots that visit our town. They come but to pour wine down their peasant gullets and start quarrels.
Ah,
Šedé barvivá zbroj. Schválně, jak by...
Sounds of a fight. Have to hurry. Damn it. Killer must still be here. Throat torn open by man-like jaws. Man-like. Except for long fangs. Busted ribs. Blood from the ears. Took a solid hit. Massacred by a vampire. Not an Ekimara, though, or a Fletter. Bruxa. Gotta be. Killed with a single blow. In the cellar. Gotta be. River muck. Carried the body in his cart. Attacker had no trouble knocking over the cart. Claw wounds. From 5 separate claws. Spread of a small human hand. Footprints. Small bare feet. Lead deeper into the cellar. Hurled against the wall with great force. Took a lot of strength to batter this down. Used this to batter down the grate.
Co je na prd? A zase nahata.
You. Saw you at the inn. I know what you are. Don't know why you killed these people, though. Clearly wasn't for their blood.
Ale ti krásně stojí.
We don't have to fight.
Zřejmě je nadržená. Co?
You are wrong.
Nepletu.
I cannot let you leave.
Perfect.
Stinks. Waterlogged. Both hands amputated. Body was quartered just as I thought. Laid in water for some time. Head swollen, and something took a few bites out of it. Something in the throat. A pouch, bulging with coins. Nilfgaardian florins, from several different provinces. If the murderer did this, means we're dealing with a sentient thinking beast. Body was chopped up after death. Blows struck with great force, but bones sliced through, not crushed. Creature that killed him had long claws, sharp as a witcher's blade. First sank its claws into the victim's heart. No Bruxa did this. Third hand. A spare? Except it's clearly not the victim's. Guardsmen must have not noticed it as they picked everything up. How's this possible? Still warm. Blood still flowing? Several monster species can regenerate. Never heard of that happening to their severed limbs, though. Or of their limbs seeming completely alive after so much time. Examine the tissue more closely later. Might learn something. So, murderer was clearly a monster, but not a Bruxa. But then why'd the Bruxa come here for the severed hand? And who does the hand belong to? Why the hell's it still warm? Now, pouch shoved down the victim's throat. What's the significance? And why was he chopped up into pieces? Lots of questions, no answers so far. Need to know about the other victims. I'll ask Palmerin to get me into...
Máme něco novýho? Jo, máme o 35. Ale lehký věci. Co tady to? 30. úroveň, mám lepší. Ale zbrojí.
Ah, up.
What have you...
Do 35. levelu ocelíme štuzánského rytíře. Koupíme si ten meč Betty, anebo počkáme? A necháme si to vybavení, který teďko máme. Stalo by nás to 1500... 1700. OK.
So long.
Good man. I need a
Takže
fresh set of
máme
shoes for my
za
mouth.
zbroj.
Armor cro-
Let's see what you...
Co tady má? Hiltářská těžká zbroj. Knížecí stráže. Jo, za 2 táci.
So...
Here, Master Witcher. Over here.
Tak. A Betty?
Need to speak to the Duchess, urgently.
Já myslím, že tady budeš.
All right, you scamps. Story's done. Go find your parents.
But the Pomerine, what about the story of Rittik?
A tale's for another time. But take a good look at the man who stands before you now. This is Gerald of Rivia, the Master Witcher who led...
Master Witcher, is it true virtue always trumps villainy?
Co mám dát? 1, 2 nebo 3?
Yeah, virtue always wins.
But the Black Knight, he's a villain and he wins.
The cutter of Casteldaccia, too.
Moral victory, that's what counts.
Rubbish.
Now, that will do for questions. Go find your pet. Her Enlightened Highness has doubtless arrived at the tourney grounds to watch the battle in the arena. If we hurry, we'll be in time to speak with her before the spectacle begins.
Lead the way. Who's fighting? Nilfgaardian gladiators?
Close, but not quite. As you will soon see.
Someone's gonna fight a Shalmar with only some bells on its tail to confuse it, slow it down?
Whatever is the problem? The beast is a gift from the Emperor, no less.
Asi dvojku, ne, Betty. Nebo jedničku.
Shouldn't torment the beast. How would you like to be dumped in an arena, blindfolded with a string of bells dangling from your ass?
Pity a monster. You, a witcher?
I slay monsters who are a threat to humans. You're out to humiliate one to entertain a crowd. No knight will gain any glory from this. Who's going to fight the beast?
Guillaume, the young man you met.
Yeah. Mentioned he'd promised his heart's captor a monster trophy.
Great love demands great sacrifices.
Let's go.
I dedicate my imminent victory to fair Lady Vivian.
It's begun. The fight shall have to end first. We must wait.
Moc se tam skočil, abych mu pomohl.
Got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. We have to help him. Gotta keep it down. Can't tell where we are when it hears us.
Alas, for lightning, the beast heaved its foul girth. Let loose a roar, it's not fit to earth. The crowd behind the Witcher,
Oh.
190 pound. Fight to the beast, its plans confound. Out, out, please flame. And thus the Witcher's life was snuffed. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher shall triumph against the odds. The Witcher waited till the time was true, then 12 danced and spun, struck the monster right through. like a bow who leaves at the love's first spurt. So the witcher wooed the Selma, then its foul heart hurt. Dodge, dive, flee, faint, its razor strikes belly. Selma's cries ring aloud, blood transforms into
Time to end this.
he has breathed his last breath. Avenge, ye witcher!
Jaj. On zemřel. To není k smíchu, že zemřel.
Alas, for nightly, the beast heaved its foul girths, let loose a roar, and dropped into earth. Then down came the Witcher in one mighty bound, to give fight to the beast, its plans confound. The fate of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher will triumph against all odds.
Not good.
Out breathed flame, and thus the witch's life was snuffed. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust. Drink up the ocean and set fire to the woods. For nothing in this struggle can come to any good. Woe to us all if the monster is the victor, then naught shall have come of valor and vigor. Our heroes struck deep by the shellmaster red claws, so the witcher shall perish in cavernous maws. The waited till the time was true, then 12 danced and spun, struck the monster right through.
Not bad. Damn.
Who leads at the love's first spurt, so the witcher wooed the Selma, then its foul heart hurt.
A tylko zemřu já. A kdyby tam ten nešel se mnou, tak by to bylo jednodušší. Jako kdyby nešel se mnou, tak se můžu plně věnovat té nezdůře, ale já jsem se věnoval tomu, aby on nezemřel.
Alas, for nightly, the beast heaved its foul girth, let loose a roar, and knocked him to earth. And down came the Witcher in one mighty bound, to give fight to the beast, its plans confound. Out, out, brief flame, and thus the Witcher's life was snuffed. All our hopes, alas, had turned to dust. Has been weighed by the gods. Soon the Witcher can triumph against all odds. Honor, land and country! Monsters the victor, and naught shall have come of valor and vigor. For Toussainte! For the Duchy!
Nezabij ho! Ty Ona ho zase zabila. Poslední, jestli zemře, tak ho nechám zemřít. Nebo ho po případě ještě dodělám. Mu seknul hlavu. To byla nešťastná náhoda.
Let loose a roar and knocked him to earth. And down came the Witcher in one mighty bound, to give fight to the beast, its plans confound.
Show me what you got.
Alas, Herman lies trusted. He has breathed his last breath. Avenging Witcher, fight bravely unto death. of the beast has been weighed by the gods. Soon the witches shall triumph against all odds. The witcher waited till the time was true, then twirled, danced, and spun, struck the monster right through. Like a bow who leads at the love's first spurt, so the witcher wooed the Shelmar, that its foul heart hurt. The Shelmar lies defeated by Gerald of Rithia, master of the witchering trade. Behold, as the last gasps of life seep from the beast.
Master Gerald, do what you must. Finish the deed!
Ušetřím Charlie.
Monster's no threat. No need to kill it.
A victor may always show mercy. It is his right. Long live Gerald the Merciful! Pikemen, see to the beast.
Forgive me. I am not as nimble as in my younger years.
You fought bravely.
Tak nezemřel.
Thanks for your help.
Ale jsem si myslel, že nejde, takže... Jsem to restartoval zbytečně.
The lad came damned close to dying.
I'm fine. Not hurt at all. Vivian?
Smile as befits a hero and keep silent. Speech clearly pains you. She approaches.
Gerald. We must talk. Vivian.
You shall talk later, in the medic's tent.
Geralt, magnificent, breathtaking.
Your Grace.
We knew that to summon you was a brilliant idea. We are delighted, ravished to have struck upon it.
And I'm truly honored.
See to our young hero. Hop, hop. For we must make off with Geralt. We should talk. We had been long awaiting your arrival. Had nearly lost hope. Then suddenly, that entrance, so spectacular.
Your Grace. Shelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussainte, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him.
Jo no. A kdybych to viděl, tak bych to nechal být a myslím, že je mrtvej.
Have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace. Witcher.
Greetings. Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Gerald insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Gerald's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Ano, ne vždy. Já bych řekl, že jo. Že to jakoby... Nebo spíš ne vždy, když nemůže zaplatit. Co mám dát? Ano, anebo ne vždy, Betty. Protože ne vždy, když ten dotyč nemůže zaplatit, tak je tady to... Vlastně to, co nečká, že najdeš doma, je jakoby náhrada za to, když nemůže zaplatit.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, on returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left unsupervised for one instant. Yet, in its mood, a morgue should present minimal problems to a Witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank you, Your Grace. I accept the contract, of course. But as I said before, I'll need some information.
Co jim ho první
How did it start?
Hned se jdeme podívat do toho
Crispy
sídla.
was the first to die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken the oath of a knight, you remain a knight till death.
How'd he die? Where'd they find the body?
Quite unusual, the circumstance. He was at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut-purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third. Sir Delacroix was wont to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times, hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussainte. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom, generosity, valor, and compassion.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric virtues.
Honor compromised by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true, though not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the fourth virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm.
Jsem zpátky.
Damien, order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Tak jdeme pokračovat.
Your Grace!
Jak se na ní podíval.
What the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. Onward! Hey! That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me! Faster, Gerald! Right like the wind!
Your Grace seems right at home in the saddle.
Long may she live!
This way! Through town! Try not to lose your way! Sharp right! Take care!
Step aside!
Gods!
Henrietta! Let's follow her! Follow the Jagessa!
Já čekám, že mi třeba pokusí zastavit, když ji pronásleduju.
Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
With some rogue?
Is this part of the game?
Your Grace.
Fret not and feed the gossips. It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry.
We must go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option, but time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
All is in order.
On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Gerald. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Fiorano of the 1290 vintage. I do encourage you to try.
Long live Duchess Anna Henrietta!
If one were to call a state courageous or coward, what other part of the state would one?
Unicorns are thought to like music.
Oh, sure.
Perhaps an apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey folks, gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Damn it, come on, stay calm. Shh, calm down. Easy now.
Well, that's hardly fair.
Flagrant cheating is what it is!
Sirs, we must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Listen, I didn't break any rules.
True, he won fair and square.
We were unlucky, that's all.
We must try to grab the next clue.
Gardens are huge. They're better off on horseback.
Unworthy. Entirely inappropriate behavior. A complete...
Around here, it's wine, wine, and more wine. But me, I prefer wine.
Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
What? What a scoundrel!
That's an outrage!
Master Witcher, here to hunt the beast?
Will they pay you, If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Gerald! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Let's see. Groan with ease gives us green, right? And mouse with a head of hard cheese. Greenhouse?
You're a genius. Several greenhouses in the gardens, indeed, but only one locks, the key to which looks just like the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go. Wait here.
Oh, what the butch?
What was that?
Zajímavý. Stal se zás asasin. Vidíte ty. Skáčeme tu jak v opice.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Žádný.
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though, you bet.
I'll soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
No. I intend to live. Happily ever after.
Show me what you got. I won't let you kill again.
Jo. Jo no, to si mysleli všichni.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Gerald, it's me.
Regis? You all right?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened, it was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Gerald. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Jedničku nebo dvojku, Betty? Co dáme? Ten zabiják, kterého loví, zdá se, že ho znáš. Nebo co tě po těch letech přivádí zpět, my friend. My friend. I'm comrade. Comrade Žukov. And I help you. Jedničku.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender readily.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one night since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Asi jedničku, viď? Betty. Jaké dobré doby asi tak mohl mít.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Proč jí zabil?
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Detlef an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlef found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlef's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Ten ten druhej.
We must allow the Witcher. His trade.
Tak, jdeme k tomu vyplácení toho.
Out of my way. Guests champion.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dáme mu 5 zlaťáků.
My dear Gerald.
I hope all is well. I imagine you hot on the trail of some nasty monster. Or is it an overly complex curse this time? Oh, Gerald, I wish I knew for certain. Whatever is keeping you busy, perhaps you'll need a break. For those moments, I offer you this intriguing little mystery I happened on in an old manuscript I bought off a merchant from Nazaire. The tome's author claims a certain Professor Moreau once called Beauclair home, and this professor conducted research into Witcher mutations. I don't know much else, but I suspect that alone might pique your interest. The tome mentioned a journal interred with the scholar when he passed. It could very well lead you to his laboratory. I'm enclosing a map I found folded in the tome. It's smudged in a few places, but I hope it proves useful anyway. Please be careful and come back to me quickly. Your Triss.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Tady jsi mi napsal krásný dopis.
143 carried. Greetings, brave hero. I am Raphael de Serme.
I'm Gerald. So what is it you do?
I pay the knight's errand.
For what?
Our knights wander the roads, protecting Toussainte from note, sir, that should you successfully smash her hands, save a brother.
Wouldn't mind a
Well, go in peace for a night.
Tak ten někde by měl být. Jo. Tady doprava. Jdeme si podívat, co jsme získali. Doufám, že máme dostatek peněz, aby jsme to mohli být krášli. Já jsem chtěl jít dovnitř a ne si
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first...
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the...
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history.
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur...
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary... Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to produce. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and...
Mind giving me a little tour to...
Not in the least. Follow me, please. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path. The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
No one can grip the dancing.
A man who dare not dance.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Up Link's crag, there's this witch who steals little ones, grinds their bones to flour.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Skočil do studny, kde bylo víno a myslel si, že se proměnilo víno ve vodu. Ta voda ve víno. A zachránila ho.
Bolius' wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
Follow me, please.
The days pass. The pile of work remains the same.
To by Vesemir asi odmítnul. Zaklínač má být na cestách.
I have a daughter, you know. She's fit to wed. Oh, so fit.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Follow me, please. As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
Follow me, please. And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room. Currently...
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beauty. If forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum...
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any... Mention the...
Oh, most decidedly, sir.
Podívám se na dům.
If I might dare to make... Not only did the residents positively...
5000.
I understand.
Got these...
Oh, yes. The way I see it...
My arm...
Admiral...
1000.
Ponder the
To jsme
notion.
na 6.
And my...
Of course.
Na 7.
Ponder the notion.
If you don't mind...
Of course, sir, as you will.
Know what?
I shall be glad to...
Starting to...
Tohle to máme. Podívám se na dům.
If I might... Not...
It's in your...
I shall get highly skilled. Is there anything...
Start... My arm...
Admiral...
Good.
Immediately. Will you be needing...
And my...
Of course.
Then send...
Of course.
Feels...
I agree. Yet I would urge...
Thanks.
Jo. 7000 jen to hlídlo. Počkej 3 dny.
Italy, my Camille.
Renovations come.
Superbly, sir. General refurbishment in other news. The laborers dusting out the cellar have made a most unusual.
If you say. Strange. Something behind this wall, I think. A laboratory. Must have been an alchemist at one time. BB, know anything about...
A laboratory? Alchemy? I know nothing of it.
It is. It was walled up. The equipment's pretty ancient too, so it must have belonged to someone who lived at Corvo Bianco, but whoever it was sure knew their stuff, though. Got dragon glass vials and flasks.
Forgive me, sir, but I've...
Just saying, it's top-notch equipment. True masterpieces of craftsmanship for use in alchemy. Brewing a concoction with this stuff versus doing it over an open fire? Well, there's no...
Then I am all the more delighted you discovered it, sir.
Starting to really like this place. Maybe we should keep going, refurbish some more. What do you think, BB?
As you wish, sir. Shall we see to the house, or... Indeed, momentum is best maintained once established. Now that we've finished the general renovations...
Thinking about...
Excellent.
Takže 1000.
I understand.
Could you...
I know of a...
1500.
I understand. I agree.
2000.
I understand. I agree.
Jo, to už jsme měli.
I understand.
2000.
Oh, but that is...
3000.
I understand.
If you don't...
Of course, sir, as you wish.
Start...
What a...
You know, rope...
Oh.
3000 což je? 5000.
Ponder the notion.
So...
Well, you're in...
7000.
Ponder the note.
Let's put it...
Not the slightest pro...
My máme 4000. Vybavíme si barák.
As you wish. I agree.
Thinking...
Excellent.
Great.
True indeed. Is there anything...
Could...
I know... Of course. Is there anything...
Hello.
I agree.
Yeah.
It goes... By this time... Is there anything...
Was...
Oh, but...
Yeah.
I can't... Is there...
Feels...
With the utmost...
That's all.
Dva dny, jo. Kolik máme? Bylo nám 1500.
Renovations come...
You ought to be the final judge of that, sir.
Starting to...
As you wish.
Takže takhle potřebujeme 4000.
That's all.
Nějak Další věci nemáme na prodej, ale máme tady to. Tohle. Takže si zajdeme do Novigradu. Potřebujeme Novigrad a na náměstí. Ale my se na to vyděláme.
Time to invest in rubies.
The great Erasmus Wegelmann Derby.
Whosoever conceals a mage in their home
What
shall
brings
burn
you to me?
alongside death.
A dělej.
Great.
Show me your wares. So long.
Last chance to
How can I be of service?
Got some.
You've come to the right place.
Things are generally tidier back in California.
Úkoly. A když jsme tady, tak si prohráme ten dům tady ten.
Mind the guards. They're worse than that.
Yes?
Cap.
Are you?
Wanted to hire.
I did, but no.
School of the Wolf.
Ah, yes. A good one. I knew a witcher of this school. Barnabas? No. Not long past, I acquired an estate. Now I've learned the building...
Goes to explain the seller's urgency.
I do not believe in ghosts. It is that. Is there anything to be done? I beg your pardon?
Need to make sure it's worth my...
Just look at that. Very well. Ha ha! That was rich. I could hire 3 witches for that amount. Now that you've had your jest, how much? No, I'm afraid... Yes, agree.
Fine.
An orchard, a joy. Back again, Rivian.
Bad idea. My answer is no. Don't ask me again.
I've worked up quite the appetite.
Well, well, another freak.
Nothing hurts. Oh, people. This house, has it always been crooked? Help, save me.
Well, I'm bored with a library.
He who has lived in virtue shall find warmth at the fire. He who has lived in...
Potřebujeme 4000. Budeme mít 3, takže ještě jde sehnat 1000.
So this is the haunted house. Inhabitants clearly left in a hurry, but a specter would have attacked me already. Scattered salt. Probably to drive ghosts away. Pointless superstition.
Not the root of any ordinary plant. Must be magic. Looks like a journal. An earth elemental. Pretty powerful too. Gotta go deeper. Need to open the passage somehow. Something clicked. Almost managed to break its magic would have caved in if not for this support, and it would have wreaked havoc all around.
Na to nebudu mít, jo. Musíme to najít co nejvíc a prodat to co nejvíc. A nebo si vezmeme půjčku. Již to se mi moc nechce brát.
My belly, eternal fire, how it hurts.
Help a
Why
poor
is your
fellow
hair
out.
so grey, darling?
Long live St. One drink all I had.
Yes?
House shouldn't give you any more trouble. A little renovation and it should be fit for you to move into.
Truly? Why, the estate's price just spiked sharply. What precisely was the problem?
Earth elemental trapped in the cellar. It was just trying to get out. Almost demolished the house in the effort.
Far more interesting than a ghost, that's certain. The cellar you mentioned, is it in a state to be furnished?
Hard to say.
Oh, we shall see. Ah, your bounty. There you are. And farewell.
Nějaký věci máme. Oh. Šance na popálení. očekávání a šance na brávorání.
Child's fallen ill. Another sleepless on your way? Or will you stay longer?
Udělám nějaký zakázky tam ty tuzány. To mě víc placený.
Your boots give you some punishment.
Dobře. Takový zakázek je. Já bych chtěl rovnou najít tady tohle, pak bych se vrátil pro peníze.
The guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Things age like wine, meaning they go sour as vinegar.
Suspiciously loud for a cemetery at night.
Zajdeme na ten hřbitov.
sounds in question.
Potřebuji klíč.
Better to die of drink than of boredom.
Come to visit your grandpa's grave, I guess.
What the poking devils? Who are you? Who sent you?
So many questions, so few answers.
Blimey, we're a plobbing philosopher. Get the smarmy cat diddler, lads.
If I only had a crown for every time a bunch like this. Go fight a witcher.
Zamčeno.
Damn it. More fighting. Noises coming from the catacombs, it seems.
Like you from the start. Every witcher I've known has been a swell lad.
Tak jsem tam byl.
So, noises coming from here. Not a soul. Strange. Doesn't look anything like a grave hack player either. Here lies Margot de Corentin. Smashed, as if someone threw it against the wall. Gold. Can't be grave robbers. None worth their salt would have left this. Louis de Corentin. Pretty fresh. Died on the day of St. Dorthan's remembrance. No sign of monsters or grave robbers. Bit of a mess, that's all. Maybe this isn't the spot after all. Strange. Noise is clearly coming from that tomb. Impossible. Something's not right. Need to hide, see how things play out.
You'd rather lie about all day, flipping those cards like some dwarf. Disgusting.
Indeed. Far better to stand at the door of Lebioda's temple, mumbling prayers from dawn till dusk.
Ingrate, I prayed for you, that you would cast off the yoke of gambling.
Fine job you did of it. Seems the gods had also heard enough of your cackling. And you? Why are you here? This is a private conversation.
What's this argument about, anyway?
Sod off! Not your concern.
Could help you resolve it.
I know not your name, but you must help me. I refuse to spend eternity at the side of this heathen. Remove him from my crypt at once!
Slow down. What's the problem?
This is my crypt, and this saintly shrew harangues me even in death. An eternity of nagging, the misery!
I was blind and a fool to marry him. He's a slave to the cards, prepared to wager his own child on a round of Gwent.
Once, damn it, and as a jest! How many times must I explain? And who sank our fortune into some silly statue of Lebioda?
Piety. That was my cause. The prophet immortalized would have transformed this land of blasphemy and betting. How was I to know it was all a fraud?
Because I warned you some 500 times!
Quiet. Shut up, both of you. Who does the crypt belong to, rightfully?
Must you ask? It's mine. My family's. The de Corentins. Are you illiterate?
True. But my dowry served to repurchase it from those you owed.
Look, if there's to be peace and quiet here, one of you's gotta go. Need to move one of you out.
Yes. Take him. Please. Do so. And I shall tell you where I hid his lucky Gwent cards.
What? I knew it was you! And now, you would evict me from my crypt, then pay for the deed with my cards!
Koho vystěhujeme, tu ženskou nebo toho chlapa?
Blast it all! Had I those very cards at the tournament in Belhaven, I'd still be alive. It's your fault, you pox incarnate, that they stabbed me to death.
They murdered you for your debts. I had nothing to do with it.
come, I heed this good book-thumping wench. Mind, I know well where she hid those cards. I'll tell you myself, as soon as you've removed her.
Zjistíme toho chlapa, ne?
Need to think about it. All right, gotta move one of them out.
Thus spake the prophet Lepiota. Thou shalt not play for coin.
After which he promptly added, for you
toho
shall
chlapa
have
nebo
no
tu
land
ženskou, asi toho chlapa, ne?
Heretic, shut your mouth. I shall speak to you no more.
No, no, it is I who shall speak to you no more, you old tart.
Betty. Vyskyvujeme toho chlapa nebo tu ženskou, já bych spíš vyskyvoval toho chlapa. Vezmeme toho
Louis de
chlapa.
Corentin, raise your sighs to the prophet Lepiota on his behalf.
I see you fell for that pious tart's dribble. Drats! Oh, well, then listen. I've a request. Be a good fellow and set me in the chamber of the Gwent Friendship Society of Beauclair. It's just round the corner.
You a member?
That's just it. I was not. But I would have dearly liked to have been. And joining them in death shouldn't bother anyone.
Certainly doesn't bother me. I'll do it. Where's this chamber?
Once you enter the catacombs, go straight. The chamber will be on your right, near the corridor's mouth, and I thank you.
Yeah.
Deeper in the catacombs. Right, let's go. Chamber Louis mentioned. Gotta be. That ought to do. Right. High time Margot paid up. Done. Now where you got those cards?
Když o tom neřekneš, tak jak to můžu
Leave
vědět?
the city through the Cooper's Gate. Then veer right. Our house is easily recognized. A tree adorns the sign above the door. I buried the chest in the garden, beneath the rose bush.
Tree on a sign, rose bush. Think I got.
Might I ask what you did with Louis? True, he knew nothing in life but Gwent, but I would still prefer he not spend eternity in a ditch or privy.
Don't worry about it. Found him a nice place. Ought to feel right at home. Farewell.
Halt! Who goes there? What's your business at the cemetery?
I'm a witcher. Raids haunt your catacombs.
So, it's true what old Lanzano said about the racket at the cemetery. I thought it grave robbers, perhaps.
Took care of them. This Lanzano, think he might pay me for solving his problem?
Oh, that's more than certain. Look for him at the clever clocks.
Thanks.
Tak, jdeme pro peníze.
A witcher I may not be, but I always find the problem.
Noises at the cemetery. You the
Yep.
one they bother?
Yes, yes, and I'm alone in that. It's
Took care of it.
truly? The howling's gone? But, what was it?
Mám říct, že byla to dřina, jsem nepřežil, nebo vlastně to byla jen manželská neschoda. Byla to dřina, má jsem nepřežil. Nebo, ale nic, byla to jen manželská neschoda. Má být na to druhý. Udělat trošku bububu.
Yeah, really tough, demanding fight. Barely made it out alive.
Is it your codex? Forbids you from revealing the details? For the best, I dare say. There's a small premium for you. You've earned it.
50 zkušeností. 100, paráda.
Welcome, good.
Show me what...
Nechal zbroj nechci. Tak. Skopíme ty obrazy. Co? Zaplatíme 400 za ně celkem zhruba. No, lze prodat za značnou sumu potom někde. U nějakého obchodníka potom jinde asi. Co, koupíme je? Za 400.
So long.
You shan't find anything better in all Toussainte.
Still waters run deep.
Guess it's champion.
Summoning a witcher? Disperse! Is that truly necessary? The exhibition of the Reginald Dobry monument will remain closed. Please!
What's this about?
Oh, Lapiota, give me strength. I can't bear this, please! I believe I... Oh, wait! Are you not that famous witcher, Gerald of Rivia?
What kind of work?
Work related to the monument to Red... The matter is a delicate one, but mind you, I pay well.
The statue.
A picture's worth 1,000 words. More, I dare say. Come with me. Here it is! Our pride and joy, Reginald Daub. How should I put this?
Somebody stole the testicles off a statue.
No ordinary statue, mind you. The sole monument made using a cast of the great Reginald's own genitals, certified and authenticated. Sprung directly from his loins, they grant all who stroke them unparalleled virility. All who buy a ticket, that is. Thus, you must retrieve those stones.
Got my attention.
There's so much to... In particular, Reginald took great pain. He later made frequent use of them himself.
Any idea?
It must have been mere hours ago. I guided to the...
Got any
Considering the vast potency of Reginald's prized pouch...
Need to look.
Do what you must. As long... God, it must.
Saw marks are straight and clean. Precision castration, I'd call this. Dried bloodstain.
Out. It must. And what?
Piece of coat fabric caught on the nail. Heavy on cologne. Smell it'll lead me to the thief. Diamond saw blade. Perpetrator's tool.
Oh, is my head ever spinning out?
A jdeme hledat ukradený koule. Co?
Patrolling on an empty stomach.
Scent leads to this door. Ooh. Sorry to interrupt, I guess.
This is not what it seems. Word of honor. I tripped, rolled, tumbled, and landed where she already lay.
Psst! Hughes! That's not him!
I swear, this is all an unfortunate coincidence.
That's not my husband.
You mean, not your husband? Who are you? And why are you in my home? Out! Now, or I'll summon the guards.
Calm down. Just...
I believe we have not...
Oh, we do. Just to kick things off.
I eat well, start the day with a glass of wine.
Interesting. Might try it. Say, ever heard of Reginald?
Everyone in the city's heard.
Cut the bullshit, Hughes. You stole Reginald's testicles. Know that already.
I can explain everything. This...
Rosalinda! I know you're in there! You and that fancy pants of yours!
Oh no, not him too. This really is not my day.
Got you, you rogue! Prepare for a shellacking, scallop! What the love's this? Rosalinda! One, I could forgive you, but two at one time!
Wait, got nothing to do with this.
Take me for a fool? I'll teach you to fish in another man's pond!
Got no time for this. Go home.
Yes. That'll...
I don't know yet, but that would have gone horribly for me had you...
Mm-hmm. So, time to talk.
Rost... All right. I admit I stole the stones. And you will never believe it, but they work. Today.
3 times?
Isn't it? At my age. That's more than...
All the same, you stole those stones and you...
Listen, perhaps we might... Let me keep the stones. I'll pay you. Grant me this, I beg you.
Co dáme? Jsem ochotný ti je zapůjčit, nebo nemusíš, musím ti je vzít, nebo dobrá. Jako ukradl je. Co, jsem ochotný ti je zapůjčit? Co takhle se je zapůjčit?
Perhaps I could lend them to you.
A day is 3 more romps at the least. You've a deal, sir.
No, počkáme den.
I'm back.
Shh, shh. Not so loud. You wake her. She'll want another go.
Wake who? Rosalinda?
Louisa, her cousin. She's voracious. Got an inexhaustible appetite. What's it matter that the spirit is willing when the flesh is simply spent? My heart near leapt out. Here, you must take the testes, and Lebioda grant you strength, as I dare say you will need it.
What will the morrow bring?
Tak jsme dostali odpověď, kdo by kradl koule.
Do I ever feel like doing absolutely nothing?
Well,
Have you recovered Reginald's family jewels?
Yep, got them.
Lepiotus luscious lips, it's them! It's really them! I hope they... And look in on us tomorrow for the grand reopening. You shall stroke Reginald at no charge.
Nice tune.
Oh, the Witcher! The one that Duquesa summoned!
Jo no. A už taky prý to měl plný zuby. Málem umřel, co řekl.
How might I be?
Start.
As you wish. But of course.
You know.
Oh.
My.
I should. Will you be needing?
Good I.
The. Will you be need?
Počkej 2 dny, jo?
Renovations coming along all right?
I am delighted to inform you we have completed our labors. You can now... You must forgive me my temerity, sir, but I thought, with all the work on Corvo Bianco completed, and with the estate looking...
Jasně, oslavíme to.
Sure, why not?
During the tidying that preceded the renovations, I came across a bottle of Sacramento, the 12th...
A jde se chlastat.
And then he ran straight into the crowd, burning bouquet in hand. All thought it a part of the performance, so they only laughed, even when the decor began to catch fire. It was not until the flames engulfed Baron Mahevkin's beard that folk began to realize something was amiss and went to put out the fires.
Sounds like Monsieur Bolius and Madame Nina threw some first-rate balls here.
It was so. In this regard, Baron Rossel was decidedly more reserved.
So tell me, Barnabas Basil,
Tady jsme utratili nějakých 20 000 za to, aby jsme to tady zkrášlili.
This year is out, I fear, sir. Last autumn, a fungus destroyed all the vines. Baron Rossel had new ones planted, but it will be some time before they start bearing fruit. Assuming that is, the fungus does not reappear.
That'd be bad. This Sacramento got me dreaming. It's amazing.
Isn't it, though? Allow me to top you off, sir. There.
Thanks.
Jo. Počkat. Kde je ta bedna? 1000 květin. Bílá vdova. Trošku zkrášlíme. Stojí na zbraně. Možná můžeme dát obrazy. Ne. To jsou všechny obrazy. Tak se vyspíme. To jo, no.
How might I be of service, sir?
Ever
play Gwent, BB? Funny you should ask, sir. I was quite adept in my younger years, but that was so long...
Sounds interesting.
Not at all, sir, but only in action.
Maybe.
As you wish.
Ještě si zajdeme pro ty.
Thanks.
If they would just take to work as they take to dance something.
Pro ty karty.
Were those ever turnings?
And what do you
troubled at work? Glad he didn't back out those. The Duchess.
A jaký lidi v reálu třeba, Betty? Třeba za mě je teďko postel.
Need to go around. Tree on the sign. Must be the house.
Old Gotish found his way to the hotel.
Apologize, old diddler.
Life invoked.
Medallions humming. Something's not quite right.
That's always free.
The famed Gerald of Rivia,
like a rat
lover of witches
Good for
and
when the pussy at
succubi.
home grows too fat.
Under the rose bush. All right. Just like she said. And the Gwent cards, as promised.
Balíček Quintu. Tak zahrajeme si s ním ty karty. Jo, postel. Kočka se ze mě udělala postel. Se prostě tady natáhla a chrní tady na mě. Prostě natažená, packu má na stole a chrápe. A hou má taky tady opřenou na stole.
How might I be?
Up for.
Oh.
May the.
Do you wish to play against any particular faction, sir?
Necháme se překvapit, nebo si vybereme nějaký to? Severní království, Nilfgaard, Toussainte, příšery, Skellige. Za Skellige, počkej, on má ze... To
Not really. You choose.
OK, no. Za Nilfgaard. To je hajzl. Doufám, že to vyhrajeme. Takže dostaneme nějakou dobrou kartu. To máme prohraný. A právě jsme prohráli. Ne, neprohráli. My jsme vyhráli.
Congratulate you on your victory. Shall we continue playing?
Pojďme na to.
May the best man win.
Do you wish to play against any particular faction, sir?
Dáme Severní
Play as the
království.
Northern Realms, will ya?
As you wish. Would you prefer I use my strongest deck or a weaker one?
Zlatá střední cesta.
Maybe a moderately strong deck?
At your service, sir. Well,
Jo, to by šlo. Potřebuji by vyložil nějakýho toho. Tak jsme si to vzali. Vezmeme si 2 karty navíc. Paráda. Kdyby hodil ještě jednoho, tak je to v pohodě. Potřebuji vyhodit jednoho špeha. Tak si vezmi si, co chceš, Diana. Ještě můžeme mu dát. No. Remíza.
This time I won. Would you be interested
Jak
in
vyhrál, když jsem vyhrál já? Tak hodí do
As you wish, sir.
Takže oni remízu berou jako prohru, jo?
How might I be of service, sir?
Vineyard comes.
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him. He never hesitated. Monsieur Beaulieu, sadly.
Shame that.
Not at all.
Thanks.
Máme to tu krásný. A chybí to ještě nějaký ty zbroje, potom se dá. Ale máme aspoň to sídlo. Vikto. Zkrášněný. Si nás to stálo hromadu peněz, ale stálo to za to? Co Betty?
Sure, go on. Drink up while you're young, Colin Head.
I think I'm coming down with a fever.
You've the look of a knight. Over there. Monsters.
Ach jo. Musíme těm sedlákům pomoct. Nesmíme tam nechat tutu. To doupě netvorů. No. A jak to vidím, tak se setkáme s nima a budeme končit. A já jsem to zapomněl přepsat. Místo 5 už měla být dneska 6. Ale ne, já si chtěl téčko.
Faster. Come on. Gotta blow this up if I want to get rid of the Endriggers.
Tak.
Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
Regis!
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here. Geeky Moors. Had victuals aplenty around here.
Decaying bones. Kikimores must have tunneled into the grave. Kikimore eggs. Need to incinerate these to ash. Some stench. Just wonderful.
Oh. Děláš prdel, ne? Mně to prostě nešlo vyskočit.
Decaying bones. Kikimores must have tunneled into the grave. Some stench. Damn it.
Zabil jsem jí.
Something here. artifact Kira gave me. Interesting.
Já půjdu taky do pelechu.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinares' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinares never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it. Just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinares gave a rather poetic name. Resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home. Where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here. Guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Covenarius spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were culled to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Napijeme se.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Gerald of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
Tajemstvích mám hodně.
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask you directly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Dettlaff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible. As my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Gerald. Curiosity's a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand or move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. What of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now. All right. Give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Gerald. Cruel parsimony, I'd say. But I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Byl bych zaklínačem, nebo bych byl někým jiným? Kdybych se měl znovu jako narodit. Kdybych jsem byl znovu zotaven. Nebo znovu zrozen. Třeba bych mohl být kouzelníkem.
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that'd earn me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Ta pokora mě těší, nebo pokud vím, tak ne. Jedna či dvě. Ta pokora mě těší, my friend, nebo pokud vím, tak ne.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the whites survived entirely unmolested.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Gerald. I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct. And a curse. In one place. That a coincidence? Or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the whites' saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white?
A zítra zlomíme kletbu.
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
And to you, my friend. And to you, my friend. Zajedeme si do našeho sídla a uložíme si to. Ještě se půjdeme na tu zahrádku, kterou nám ukazoval. Pojď, já jdu taky spát, takže já jsem půjdu tady kouknu na tu zahradu a jdu taky do pelechu, protože zítra brzo stávám. Nazarické bazálky. Květ modrého lotusu. Vody. Jaké vody. Bebeřice. Panské vlákno. Laštoviční. Duja.
A man who dare not down some red. Oh, sir! Watch it!
Vitrocel. Listy kozího pisku.
A man who dare not down
Timor.
some red is a man whose wife's like to thump his head. My regards. If my lips don't stink of wine, my wife won't
The white wolf himself.
Ale jako... Tady máme to. Taký stáje kde? Tady má klep na stáj. Mají krásně utulnou. Pojď Betty. Tady máme víno. Doufám, že už nám to začne vydělávat za chvilku. Co to bylo tady? Jenom zdálo.
How might I be of service, sir?
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Takový pro hosty. 2 sedačky. To třeba tady bych to chtěl třeba nějaký obraz. Když tady ten obraz dáme a dáme tam nějaký jinačí. Dáme tam loď vyplouvající z přístavu. Tak. Tady. Děkuji. Hledám tady. Tady. Blázno. Takže uložíme. A děkuji, že jste tady byli. Tak čau, bando. A dobrou noc.